Sweet, sweet find on the side of the road. Let's give her a bath before we fix her up. Greetings, folks. Welcome back to the Tractor Fella Show, where we know nothing about tractors. On today's episode, we're going to take this beautiful ground mutilating machine that I found on the side of the road, and we're going to see what it needs. Will it run? Will it till? I don't know, but I hope it will. So sit back, relax, grab a beverage and a snack, and let's see what we find. Let's start with the easy stuff. Don't worry, I won't go through the checks. Let's start with the oil. Okay, well, it's actually coming out. That could be an issue. Sniff check. Okay, straight up gasoline. Let's go ahead and put that little guy back right where it came from. Is this actually a fill? It's not a fill, because this says oil fill right here. Huh. Well, that's a first for me. Let's check for gasoline. No gas. Nice and clean tank. Probably to be expected, because I have a feeling it's all in the oil sump. Does the cable work? Okay, so the spring works, but do we actually see a cable movement? I put a mark on the cable. Does the cable move? It does. Not a whole lot. But does it have to move a lot? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Poor boy. Turns out you wiggle your head too much, you can actually rupture a blood vessel in your ear. So, yeah, he's dealing with that. Found this on the side of the road the other day. Could use a nice edger. Too bad it's electric. But I pulled over and I was already on the side of the road and said, well, I'd look like an idiot if I just left it here, so now I gotta take it. Anyway, it's been a while. I need to get back to the Rototiller. Been gone doing vacation stuff. So I think the big thing... Tighten. Buddy. Not right now. The worst part is he doesn't even realize it's on there. So when he walks by, it just slices your leg with the edge of the cone. Let's do a quick... Nope. Go ahead and check the air filter really quick. Wow, they didn't exactly make that. Didn't exactly make that very accessible, did they? Seriously? Get off of there. When in doubt, pry it out. There we go. Alright. Filter's not so bad, actually. A little dirty. Not the worst. Do not Earl. Place foam side against paper element. Arrows should point up. Okay, well, we know those are installed correctly. I'd like to see if we're still in good shape here. If I can just figure out how to get this dang thing... Ah, there we go. And... Oh. Nice little puff nests. We'll get those out of there. Otherwise, the screen looks pretty good. A little dirty on the bottom. To be expected, since that's where the air enters. We can remediate this situation with some compressed air. Remediate? Is that the right word? Well, it's the word we're using today. Go for the screwdriver on these. Last time I used compressed air, something came out and stuck to my face. Creepy squishy nest number 2. And number 3. Oh, right in the face! Oh! Something was alive, and it smashed on my face. Air cleaner should be just fine. Looks like the air cleaner's been doing a good job overall, so that's encouraging. Got a nice clean engine. Let's go ahead and pop off our spicy noodle here. Well, as I take this off, I am finding something not too promising, and that is somebody had dinner with this spark plug boot. It's not exactly rubbing on anything down there, so we probably have a rodent issue. Feels a little sticky on the way out. And quite carbony. A little bit of tan here, which isn't a bad thing. Something else we should check. Will it spin? Oh yeah. We have a spinner. Oh, it's just a lot of loose carbon. Really loose carbon. Probably from trying to run it on a crankcase full of gasoline. Probably had a lot of blow-bly. Had a lot of blow-bly. And was probably feeding a lot of that stuff into the intake. There's virtually no gap, which is interesting. Very small gap. I think we need to open that back up. I'll just shoot for somewhere around 30. That baby was down there. And that's better. Too big. There we go. Just a slight amount of drag. Oh yeah, now we're ready for some sparkage. NGK CS6. Let's check for spark first. See if our wrecked plug boot even works. I'm gonna turn out the lights. Don't get scared now. And we're off. Oh yeah! Nice hot spark. Oh yeah! This is a great day. One thing I did see that you may not have seen was mud dauber. Trying to daub some mud in my garage. Anyway, one thing I did see was saw a couple of arcs down here in the carburetor region. So I think this boot is in fact allowing spark communication not only to the end of the plug, but on the occasion somewhere around on the chassis. I think a little electrical tape may help us out in that situation. I could probably buy a new boot for it, but for right now, we're going to use a permanent solution. Isn't this exciting stuff? Wrapping tape around a spark plug boot? I hear the three of you laughing out there. Our newly refurbished boot. And there we go. Got the throat spray, the lubricating throat spray. Also, just a note on safety, you want to make sure you have the proper shoes on when you're dealing with the rototiller, because those tines could make you lose a phalange. Oh, yep. Stop. Oh, that is stuck as can be. I'll show you that in a second. Let's just see if it pops. Here we go. Woo! That startled me a bit. Didn't know it was going to be so loud. All right. We have a runner. We also have mouse house debris that went flying everywhere as I fired this up. Let's go check our to-do list. So I went ahead and I haven't even been drinking, yet I slur. So I went ahead and made a list in a very scientific manner. I don't have a whiteboard, so here we are. Number 1, we know the carburetor leaks into the crankcase. Most likely have a float that's sticking. 2, we have debris under the cover, probably going to cause the engine to overheat if we don't take care of it. Number 3, the throttle is completely stuck, as can be seen here. I cannot move it at all. It's possible we have a similar situation that we did with that nasty black mower that was full of pee. 4, I'm fairly certain there's a gearbox for the rear tines, so we need to check the oil level on that. Number 5, does the drive work, and does it have the proper amount of oil as well? Okay, let's go have fun. Let's go ahead and pop a few things out. This positive crankcase line just pulls right out of the intake. Alright, fuel line is off. Don't forget about that and probably pour a whole bunch of fuel in the tank and dump it right on the floor. Okay, well, what do they say? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I'm going to go ahead and actually start with this heat shield right here. Alright. Interesting muffler. Looks like a mason jar in metallic form. Sounds like a gasket, maybe back there. Yeah, we got it. Bolt storage. Turns out a 10mm is our friend today. Nice and easy. We have a spacer. And we have leaf debris trying to get into the engine. How does the large one come out? Oh, okay. There we go. Ah, they came out together. Very nice. Very, very nice. Most important tool in the garage. So I guess next time it'll be clean mouse house first, then work on carburetor. Any of you have opinions on Intek engines? Whoop. Because I know not a whole lot about them. Well, we know I don't know a whole lot about a lot of things. Okay, that's how our spacer goes in for future reference. This carb smells like ether and old gas. It's a very lovely combination. It looks like this whole thing is integrated into the throttle shaft. Can I take this off? Answer: no, I cannot. Let's start with the usual, our bowl. Looks like we have a jet for the center. Fuel comes in the side, out the top. Let's give it a poke all the way through. Lovely. And I can see, and you can probably see, in the middle. Everything is pleasantly clean there. Initial glance. Got a couple things going on in there. Very much new to me. I'd rather not continuously dent the crap out of this bowl. Let's be a little rougher with something a little softer. And it's not working at all. Plastic. Yep, there's the dent. That's what I don't want to do. This is wow. This is wow. That's very descriptive. Exploring more options. Try a gasket scraper. Yes. Yes. Stop shaking. I don't think it's noon yet. Are we okay? Holy moly. This thing does not want to let go. Alright, so how can we extract this without destroying it? Because I'd hate to have to spend $7 and buy a carburetor rebuild kit. Well, that was like surgery. Jeez, oh Pete. This thing looks rough. Oh, look at the pin. It's partially pushed out. Looks like it corroded shut. Oh boy. Might have our work cut out for us on this one. Switching to standard view. A little easier for me to glance right here and see what's going on at the same time. Make sure you can join me in seeing what's going on at the same time. Let's see if we can safely extract our needle here. There we go. Most important tool in the garage. There she goes. Ooh, man. That was pretty stuck. Time for the needle extraction and float. Okay. Solid tipped needle. Okay, now notice there is a rubber seat in there. And so if we blow this out with compressed air, we don't want to launch that somewhere where we can never find it again. I wonder if this can just be pulled out through the side. I bet we could just pull it right out. Somebody screaming at me not to do it right now? Probably. But we're going to do it anyway. Man, it's getting hot out here. There she be. Yep, it's just interference fit. You can see there's a detent in the middle, probably what holds it in the middle, and then these keep it from moving out side to side. So, for reference, that was in the upright position, like so. Now, will this come out willingly? Yes, it will. This is a great day. So there's our main tube right in there. I wonder if that just pops right out. Should we try? Someone's probably yelling at me not to do that either. If it doesn't come out easily, we'll just leave it alone. I do not. It does not want to come out. So we are not going to force it out. Yep, no problems there. Definitely not plugged. That doesn't mean it's going to atomize the fuel very well, but it is, as they say, what it is. Let's poke the little one next to it. No clue where that goes, but it feels clear. I think our biggest problem is our not seating needle. Focus, you pile of trash. What is going on here? Hello? These should help clean this out nice too. There we go. That's better. How about this guy? Nope. Still sounds like it floats. Let's give our seat a quick poke. Make sure it's, oh yeah, it's nice and clear, for sure. Well, plus we know it's clear because all the gas drained out of it into the oil sump. Let's start blasting stuff. Oh! I love that these things are just on-off switches. Where do you come out? Yep. Oh, weird. Can you see that? It looks like it's coming out of the side of the throttle blade. You ready? It is. It's like it's coming right. Oh no, I'm a smart guy. Hold on. Glad I'm wearing my gloves. Ah, I see. Do you see? Oh, jeez. At first, it looked like it was it was shooting out from the middle of the throttle blade, but in fact, there's a little teeny hole over there that we know is clear because it's shooting across from there. So, all right, well, that's a good thing. That's all set there. That feels like it's full of gel or it's purposely plugged. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see if I can not blast you in the face with stuff. Oh, that must... Okay, so that comes up through the main... Can you see what's going on? Hold on. I know close-up view makes the sound weird, but you'll be able to see what's going on a little better. So I spray this little hole right here, and you'll see it comes up through the main center tube. Oh, and also out the bottom, right on my pants. How about this little guy? Where's this go? Comes out the bottom. It's possible that's a vent. That was also completely plugged with goo. What else do we have? Let's try this. This might be the vent here. Yep, that's the vent. It's coming out of that little hole right there. Also seems to be coming from here. Yeah, okay. Blow out our fuel intake. Okay. We know fuel can get in. That's a bonus. I think that's about it. Clean off our needle here. Oh, it is squeaky clean. Gonna start that band. Carburetor squeakers. Alright, we're back in. It moves freely. That is nowhere near horizontal. Horizontal would be like right there. We're going to do the air test. You know the routine. Hold it right side up. It should allow air in, which it does. Turn it upside down. Blow on it. It should stop the airflow, which it is. Gross. Let's just put this on here. Do a right side up and upside down test again. See if it still works. Yes. Yeah, it's shutting off fuel like it should. Continue reassembly. Welcome back, folks. It's a new day. Let's keep on trucking. East, bound and down. Roll it up and truck it. You know, something else I'm going to do really quick. Well, that's interesting. Does it even have enough travel to do that if the bowl is on? Doesn't look like it. You see the pitting in this thing? You know what, let's pull the needle back off. Float, rather. I don't know why I mix those up all the time. Oh yeah, that has pitting in it and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to take a wire brush and I'm going to clean up these surfaces here as well as this around here. because I'm curious if these have, you know, sandpaper-like surface. Will it cause the float to stick? Looks a little better. I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick spray and make sure we get all the debris out of there. I still question this little touchy moment here. You think that'll happen? Think it could actually get stuck there? I don't think so. I think it'll hit the top of the bowl before it does that. But we can do something to assure ourselves. Oh boy. There you are. That could have been a problem. Also, this smells terrible. Well, apparently someone just laid an egg. Yep, we hear ya. You alright? Was it a big one? Okay, well, we're very proud of you. Thank you for your sacrifice. Anyway, as I was saying, we can make sure that that won't happen again. If it's even possible that it could happen. Did anyone else know that these are what they're called? I did not know that these were called... Oh, here's my broken file. I did not know that these were called the B words until I bought that kit. Rather amusing. So what I'm going to do is just take off a little bit here. Because who knows, maybe they put it by the side of the road because this was happening to them all the time. Maybe it's not the original float that was in there, or maybe it's a float they put in there and didn't realize it could stick when the carburetor was manufactured. I don't know. Sprayed it out yet again. There we go. Just took a minute or two to clearance that out. And we are guaranteed, if there is enough room, it's not going to stick. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I don't know about you, but I am feeling good. And I am excited. Just going to take a drop of oil, put it on here in case we have to take this back off again. Also, maybe it'll help soften the seal back up. Don't really know. Probably not, but at least we'll be able to get it off again. Easily. Easier. I don't know, I'm just talking a lot right now. I really have no idea what's going on. Let's get our throttle shaft back in there. That's where it's supposed to be. And by the way, I've been referring to this as throttle quite repeatedly. This is not a throttle, this is a choke. So I sincerely apologize to those of you who have been yelling at me. There we go. Phone call. Phone call complete. Let's get our little butterfly in there for our choke. And that's it. How nice and simple. Okay, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Carburetor is ready to go. Spacer back on there. I think we're ready. Next. There's a little black dog who decided to lay on my to-do list. How about we pop off the fuel tank? Maybe we can figure out why the heck this throttle lever is so sticky. Okay. Oh, wow, that fell out the bottom. I got super lucky on that one. Apparently someone else just laid an egg. Or she's laughing at me because I can't find the right socket. One or the other. Got a shoulder. I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to be taking off here. So I'm just taking all of it off. Are you serious right now? Or maybe we can just... Oh, it's the frickin' sticker that's in the way. There we go. Huh. Somebody was in a hurry, put the sticker on too low. Are we ready? Kind of what we figured. A lot of rot back here. Well, let's just hose it down with some PB and let it sit for a while. That's quite the linkage setup, if I do say so myself. We got this, controlling this, spring, governor. Okay, so that side is still soft. That side is still loose anyway. It's this thing that's just completely frozen up. Turn up the pump a little bit. Okay, that's a lot. Here we go. Wow, this stuff. Actually, what I think we have to do, part of that... Oh, jeez. This needs to come off so that we can pull out our mouse house. Let's just keep stripping it down. I'll make sure I keep my bolts organized. Yeah, this should be pretty straightforward. Oh crap. That governor linkage has to come off, which means we need to make a mark as to where our governor needs to be. Because if we don't, we'll end up with that disaster that we ran into with that other mower. Just gonna make a scribe across the top here. And we'll just do the same right here. Get a little bit bigger file so that I can make sure this mark stays. I think we're in good shape. Let's go ahead and get this linkage plate off, if that's what you want to call it. Is that thread sealer or corrosion? I'm gonna go with corrosion. Yeah, I was hoping I could just maybe spin this out of the way. Ain't gonna happen. Got me a hammer and a screwdriver. Holy cow. Titan is just scraping that cone of shame all along the edge of the garage. When in doubt, try it out again. Okay. There we have it. I wonder, didn't even try this yet. Does it move? Oh yeah. Gotta love Blaster. Sort of. It's probably supposed to be stiff to a certain point so that it doesn't vibrate, change the speed of the engine, but it's a bit excessive. Kill wire still attached. Alright, let's be smart about this. I know it's a tough thing. A locking nut, a hold down, and it looks like friction discs. Huh. Interesting. Never knew that was a thing. That's exactly what that is. Unfortunately, it's so clogged with dirt and rust that it's become a locking disc. Well, that's just fancy. Let's clean these up. Eh? Very nice. Yeah, this has almost like a 1000 grit texture to it. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but that's just the way it is. I know. I'm still trying to find the band that I'm going to join. Yeah, man. Finding all kinds of cool stuff, aren't we? Got a plastic wheel underneath it, acting as a spacer, I would have to guess. Am I going a little overboard here? Yeah, with a little bit of easy maintenance and de-rustification, we'll get a lot more years out of this. I'm sure most of you saw that coming, as did I, and I'm sure it will happen again. As I mentioned, watch, I'm going to do all this and the thing's going to be too loose. Good Lord. Man, they really do not want you to be able to change speed on this thing. This is a locking nut, so let's just snug it gently down. That's a little better. I think that's a good stiffness right there. You bend this little tab back, and that releases the wire, and then you're free. Thank you, Titan. We're doing just fine. Let's do a quick bath, and then I want to show you something interesting. Nice and clean. Notice anything interesting here? Maybe they had a no-start condition, and that's why it ended up by the side of the road. That little nibbler, whoever he was, knew the right things to nibble. I wonder if this also has something to do with our spark, how it starts super hot and then kind of chills out after it sparks a few times. Be interesting to find out. I don't know about you, but it looks to me like it's time to remove the front cover. You got a tab right here that sandwiches these two together, in essence. Let's bring you in, we'll get the smell-o-vision going. Here we go. Oh, gross. Holy cow. Can't believe this thing even spun over. Let's back you up a little bit. You're probably getting asphyxiated. Trash can. Gloves. Good time to wear gloves today. Oh. All kinds of good stuff in there. Ugh. Can I help you? Okay, good. I'm gonna hit this with some water, try to neutralize any more acidity there may be in there from the piss. Let's go ahead and pop that guy off too. Got plug boot off first. Okay, there we go. All right, now we have full access. Looks as good as the other one does. Well, first thing, let's get this out of here. Looks like it should just pull off of the coil. Pull off of the, looks like it should just, there we go. We'll just put some, maybe a little tape and some shrink tube on there. That should help that. And then we'll plug the ports and blast the heck out of it. Sound like a plan? I agree. Need a little more girth. Alright. Alright, watch your ears. Just kidding. I'll fix the volume. Got a little bit of Earl buildup in here. Oh, no, it's not. It's a dirt dauber. Sorry, bud. How did they find these completely obscure places and just decide to set up a dirt nest? You just travel around and say, oh, well, here's an obscure piece of equipment. I'll just find a strange crevice somewhere and go ahead and set up my house there. That should dry out there nicely. Well, I made a whole funny little thing and it went really well, and the camera was off. So, carb, done. Debris, done. Throttle, loosened up. Now we need to check the gearbox and the drive box. And the drive, whatever it is, I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's turn down the pump and put a little lubricant on here. Okay, well, that went well. Very nice. I have a little blob of dirt. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Well, it turns the pulley. I can hear the pulley turning up front, so that's good. Well, what do you think? Pop this bolt out here, see if there's any fluid. I don't see any plugs on the side. I see a plate that covers the top. So there's a plate up here that covers the gearbox, but I don't feel like, nor do I believe, you have to remove that plate to check the oil. 1/2. Beautiful. I'm gonna try to not stab myself. Well, it's a hole. So there it is. It's a hole. I'm gonna grab a straw from a spray can and see if it's passed through, and if we can figure out if there's any oil in there. That is not passed through at all. It is a complete blockage. Alright, so we have a Bilt Super Bronco. I think. Yep, Bilt Super Bronco right there. Okay, user manual, page 17. Transmission gear oil. Check the gear oil when it's level. With the tiller on level ground, pull the depth regulator lever all the way up. Okay. Remove the oil fill plug, figure A in 5-2, from the transmission housing and look inside the oil fill hole to locate the main drive shaft situated below the hole. Interesting. That must be on the next page. There we go. So there's a big plug on the top of this thing? No, there's not. There's no plug. I'm feeling around. The gear oil level is correct unless there's a plug on the side and I'm just blind as can be. Okay, well, I am an idiot. Kind of. So this plug that's shown right here, letter A, where I'm tapping, it's in the front. The main gearbox is in the front by the engine. So you don't actually check anything at the rear, you just check the oil in the front. And I guess you fill it all the way up until it's partway up that shaft. The gear oil level is correct if the gear oil is approximately halfway up the side of the main drive shaft. Well, there you go. Oh, also, as a note, gear oil SAE 140, SAE 85. Oh boy, I'm going to take a picture of that. Screenshot. Yeah, so check it out. The whole time I'm trying to figure out how to check the rear gearbox, fully knowing the gearbox is connected via this shaft up to the front, and would you just look at that. So you take that out, and you see if the oil's halfway up the drive shaft, and that's it. It shares all the same reservoir. Okay, good to know. Let's check it out. First, we make sure this is all the way up, which it is. Second, pull out that plug. We want to make sure we drop all the dirt down in there. Okay, need a flashlight. Oh, good news. We have signs of oil, a little bit of moisture. Stuff reeks like gear oil. I don't know why gear oil has to smell so bad. You're gonna be my flashlight. Is the oil halfway up? I can see the shaft, but I can't see where the oil is. Okay, well, I need my borescope. Welcome back, folks. It's a new day. I'm here to say hasta la vista for this part 1 of the Troy Bilt. Just got back from vacation, and I realized that this is kind of getting long, and I should probably split it into parts, because if I don't, by the time I get this thing finished, you all are going to lose patience. Anyway, I'm tired. It's been a long day trying to unpack, do yard work, housework, and I'm going to bed. And as always, if you find yourself super bored, super desperate to watch something on YouTube, swing on by. We'll have more adventures. Hit a couple buttons below if you so desire, and you'll be notified when part 2 is ready. See you then.